I'm not just saying this because it's our play, but you know, somebody tried to poison him. There was, you know, stuff like that people don't know.
Yeah, it's true. So why theatre as opposed to directing like a film or documentary?
Because it was a play, and actually I saw this play about 4 years ago. Martin Kigondu was in it, and he's doing it for us actually. And I thought it was the best play I'd seen for ages.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do it at some point. And this opportunity came up to do it, and John's a friend of mine, so I said, look, we want to do this play. And he actually thought we were talking about October next year, so he was very blasé about it and thinking, oh, why are they panicking about doing it? So I'm starting, you know, research and everything, because we only started about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, so I just wanted to do it. I knew we were going to... Actually, Gadwill and I were looking for a period next year to do it, but we've already got 3 plays booked for next year, and we couldn't really fit it in, and this opportunity came up, so we did it.
Awesome. So I'm just curious, creatively, what freedoms do you have directing it on theatre as opposed to if you chose to write a book or do a documentary or a film?
I guess with something like this, it's by an obviously the writer is alive and here and in Nairobi.
It's true.
And he you know, it's you have to try to talk to him to allow us to do changes. So some of them we've discussed, and he's like, I get it, you know, writers don't want their work messed around with, but if you can present a convincing idea why something maybe should be changed a bit, then generally they'll listen. But totally different to Ngugi, who obviously was in California and we just spoke to on the phone. It's been an interesting ride.
That's amazing. So Gadwill,
yes,
Kaggia, man, he stood for some amazing things. You know, he had serious integrity and principles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so obviously he stood against corruption, land grabbing, and it cost him political power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, as you guys are directing this thing and, you know, shooting the whole story, what parts stood out for you when it comes to his principles and what he stood out, what he stood for?
Actually, just like you said, him being one of the Kapenguria Six, you know, you'd expect, since we all fought for the freedom, we all fought for our people. Once we get out, let's continue with the fight. Let's all still stand together and continue with the fight. But then that was not the case. And then if you look at the history, he's the only one who is isolated.
Exactly.
He's the one who died in poverty. You know, that's for me, that's an interesting part. But then it's very depressing for me, because I feel, then what was the point? What was the point of all the time in detention? What is the point of the fight even before they were arrested? For you to change your mentality later. So
I'm curious, in the story, the way you guys are directing it, how do you portray the tension between Kaggia and Jomo Kenyatta? You know, like, how does it come out, man? For me, I know it's not just basically good versus evil. There must have been a story behind it, because I'm sure if Kenyatta was here, he would have justified whatever he did. Probably. You never know.
I feel like with John, it's very tricky to... If it was just like any other play, we do our different additions and all, we could have like made it like 2 scenes just for them, for the 2 of them. But then the script has that particular scene with the factual things that he said to him. Like, what have you done for yourself? So we just try to maybe put more weight to those questions, put more weight to that scene, because then the creative freedom, again, it's there, but we don't want to change it so much so that we drift so much from the book and the play.
So you can feel the tension between the two.
We can feel. We even before we started directing, we were asking ourselves, why wouldn't he have extended the scene and added in more dialogue? But then,
So, you know, when I was doing my research, preparing for this conversation with yourself and Stuart, so I found out that there's a guy called Wanyoike. Wanyoike is apparently the guy who allegedly was sent by Kenyatta to kill Kaggia. Yeah, right. That's what Kaggia says in one of those documentaries. So is there a scene where, you know, Wanyoike is probably trying to kill Bildad in the play, in the story? Are we going to see that?
I guess you'll have to come and find out.
Okay, so you're going to leave us in suspense. Fine. Okay, no problem.
Spoilers.
Yeah. And what about the church that he formed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Bildad Kaggia. Yeah, so how does that play out?
From as I understand it, it's not something that he looked for. It was something that the people around him wanted to happen. So he didn't even want it. It was called, what was the name of the church? They called it something.
It's called Bildad Kaggia.
Yeah. But I don't think he even wanted it to be called that, did he?
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah. So it was not something that he really looked for it to happen.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the play goes from 1940 to 2005, so it covers a lot of episodes, and so how can I say, it's more. There are some episodes that are dealt in depth. Like, for example, the relationship he had with his wife, which was a really lovely love story. Things like that. His daughter, Jomo Kenyatta. Other bits, and some of them are mentioned, and some of them you see it all happen when he was incarcerated and doing hard labour. That's shown, but not the church is not actually one of the parts that's shown, but it's discussed.
I'm curious, the tension that he had with the former president, did it affect his family life? We're going to have to watch it.
I feel like
Stuart, you're going to tell us something.
You're asking me all the inside questions.
Like exposing the show. Well, it
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, there was a massive effect.
Yeah. Can you imagine? All right.
According to John.
Yeah.
All right. Another question I want to ask is Bildad Kaggia. Like you said earlier, he ended up living a very humble life.
Yeah.
Turns out that he worked in a posho mill.
Yeah, he owned a
posho mill. Maybe it was his own.
Yeah. So, was it surprising to you that he actually led this kind of life?
It was. It was like, I still can't put my head around why a hero like him.
Yeah. But he lived that life because he stuck to his principles, didn't he?
Yeah. But then
it was an honourable.
You'd think it would be the opposite. Like, if you stick with your principles, then life will be better for you. But then
that's not fair, though, is it?
It turns out it's not fair. Exactly.
Fate happened.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So I would describe him as a tragic hero. Who ended up being, I don't want to say sacrificed, but let's just say fate. He ended up, I don't know, for some reason, the powers that be were very insecure about Bildad, especially when he started working with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.
Yeah.
When they formed the party. What's that party?
Is it KPU?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. All right, so let's take a short break and then we come back with this conversation. Remember, we're talking all things Bildad Kaggia, the Kenya that could have been. This is a play by John C.B. Okumu, but now the one and only legendary Stuart Nash, he's working on it. He's been directing it, working side by side with a brother called Gadwill Odhiambo, who is the assistant director. If you have any questions, phone lines are open 0719012600 right now, 20 minutes to 8. Next level, what to do.
Spice FM. Get your gig on. What?